What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former Cruiserweight World Champion, superstar, British boxer, Tony Bellew, has an interesting take regarding 4-division World Champion Mexican superstar boxer who has just now secured a unification bout and now is the super middleweight WBC, WBA World Champion Saul Canelo Alvarez after defeating then undefeated WBA British super middleweight superstar boxer CALLUM Smith. With that said, Canelo Alvarez got a unanimous decision victory over CALLUM Smith, and a lot of the UK, United Kingdom, British boxers, fans, commentators, they're not happy with the outcome. One in particular is former British cruiserweight turned heavyweight Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew is not pleased with the outcome of the fight, and Tony Bellew had an interesting take regarding Canelo Alvarez. Now we all know that Canelo Alvarez has failed two tests, performance enhancing tests, PED tests, and there is justification behind it according to the WBC. According to, whoever, Vada, UCAD, whoever was doing the testing, they all stated that, Canelo Alvarez had digested some tainted meat that, saw him test positive, right? And now Tony Bellew is not happy. Tony Bellew, Ashley Theophane, there's a few guys in the UK that are not happy. And they're stating now, Tony Bellew in particular, he came right out, him and Ashley Theophane, and said that Canelo Alvarez is simply not on the up and up, okay? Canelo Alvarez is doing something, he's bending the rules, okay? And they're stating that, it's pretty obvious. According to Tony Bellew, he says it's pretty obvious what's going on between Canelo Alvarez and, how Canelo Alvarez is able to, move up through the weight classes and can maintain the same power and have an even chiseled frame than he did when he was at 154. If you don't know, Canelo Alvarez is a champion at 154, 160, 168, and 175. So Tony Bellew states that soon Canelo Alvarez is going to be knocking out heavyweights. Okay, he said it's pretty obvious what's taking place right now. And Ashley Theophane says, yeah, Manny Pacquiao did the same thing. And I wonder why. And then he put the emojis with the thinking emojis, right? He says Manny Pacquiao was able to move up through the ranking system and keep his power, and I wonder why. And we all know Ashley Theophane is a TMT fighter. Ashley Theophane is closely connected to Floyd Mayweather, and obviously the sticking point for Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao is the fact that Floyd Mayweather wanted Manny Pacquiao to take Olympic-style blood and urine testing, and Manny Pacquiao was not willing to do so. Thus saw the fight be dragged out. The negotiation was dragged out for 5 years until Manny Pacquiao finally agreed, got on board and agreed. But for 5 years, Manny Pacquiao had a lot of reasonings as to why he wasn't on board with this, right? At one point he stated that he was even afraid to get needles, and Floyd Mayweather pointed out he has tattoos, so it's just a lot that went on with that. And so Ashley Theophane is alluding to Manny Pacquiao situation with Canelo Alvarez. Now, one has to question Canelo Alvarez's, star power, his grossing power. How could Canelo Alvarez possibly put himself in a position to digest or ingest anything that was tainted? We know that in Mexico there is a history of there being tainted meat there. So Canelo Alvarez puts himself in that position to be able to digest this tainted meat by, simply eating meat in Mexico that he know there's a strong possibility that this could, he could run the risk of testing positive. You're a professional athlete. You have to be very aware, very cautious of everything that goes in your body. Okay. So with that said, Tony Bellew is not happy. Now, Tony Bellew is, after he defeated Calum Smith, was very unhappy. And these are the, he went on and he raved about, you could go up 7 stones and 8 stones, but once you get to 10 stones and 12 stones, you're not going to be looking the same. You're not going to look as chiseled. So there's a lot of, allegations here. Okay. And I'm just confused as to, and see, I'm not, defending Canelo Alvarez's stance, because, like I said, we know he tested positive twice on 2, so we know there's a possibility that this could be true, right? But then on the flip side of that, we have to look at Tony Bellew's allegations, but one has to wonder, Tony Bellew being a British fighter, being from the UK, he has to know about the situation with undefeated 2-time heavyweight world champion British superstar boxer Tyson Fury, and he's making no allegations or claims about that. And we have to know that there has been lots of rumors and talks and reports and things surrounding possibilities of Anthony Joshua having dibbled and dabbled. We even know that Dillian White placed that blame on Anthony Joshua, said that he knows it for sure. But then we see Dillian White himself fail a test against Oscar Rivas, and nothing come of that, right? So we know that there's a long-lasting history within the sport of boxing, well, in sports in general, okay? When you're dealing with professional athletes and you're dealing with the type of money that's circling and is being, available to professional athletes, you have to wonder and start to speculate what's the possibility of this being a factor, okay? So, but Tony Bellew is going to stick by his fellow countrymen. Tony Bellew is looking at Canelo Alvarez the way he did Liam Smith, Calum Smith, their brothers, and so, he's very upset. He's emotional about it. But does he have a point? Absolutely, because we don't know. Like I said, it's Canelo's responsibility that Canelo pay attention, is very aware of what goes into his body. And the fact that Canelo Alvarez failed tests and the WBC even moved the limit as to amount of clenbuterol can be in your system when you take a test, to give Canelo Alvarez more leeway to be able to pass the test, speaks volumes in itself. I'm not one to agree with that. I completely disagree with that. The limit should be the limit, okay? You shouldn't change the speed limit for certain individuals. The speed limit should always be the speed limit for everybody. You don't change the speed limit for Michael Jordan, and your regular old resident speed limit is the regulation, right? So no, you can't change the speed limit for anybody. And that's what the WBC did for Canelo Alvarez, changing the level of clenbuterol that could be in your system when you fail a test or pass a test or take a test, right? And we know this was a history of some of the Mexican fighters. The WBC stated that they wanted to make adjustments because in Mexico, there's a lot of tainted meat. Well, these are professional athletes that should be very aware of what goes in their system. They may have to move. They may have to import meat into, into their circle or their country or wherever they reside, because they know you can't use this as an excuse or an alibi every time you fail a test, because how would you know the truth, right? I could always take the meat and say, well, you know what? I ate a taco here, or I ate steak at this restaurant, and I'm not aware. I can't test everything. Well, guess what? When you have a fight available, and when you're a professional athlete, it's your obligation to make sure you are aware of what goes into your body. So I'm not saying that, Canelo is or isn't, because nobody knows, right? But what I am saying is these are huge allegations on the part of Tony Bellew. And I wonder why Tony Bellew doesn't make the same allegations or claims when it comes to his fellow countrymen who are under the same radar and the view in the same magnifying glass and have been reported and rumored to have delve into certain activities that he is claiming Canelo Alvarez has. So, it's a revolving door when it comes to this situation in professional athletes overall. So you have to be very careful of how you word things and what allegations you place on people. Because we see the situation with Tyson Fury, like I stated, this is the most recent with the farmer, Martin Carefoot, who recently came out and stated that he never provided Tyson Fury, nor Fury, nor Team Fury with wild boar meat. That Tyson Fury, Fury, and Team Fury are stating that they ingested wild boar meat, which saw them fail and test positive for PEDs. And UCAD was launching an investigation in which Martin Carefoot came out and defended and gave Tyson Fury his alibi. And then as of recently, in March, he came out and stated that that wasn't true and that he was willing to let the world know and testify again that he never provided Tyson Fury wild boar meat, nor did he even have wild boar meat on his farm. So he said that he has the paperwork to prove that, and that Tyson Fury and his team promised him 25,000 pounds if he, stated that he provided them with wild boar meat. Then he came out and he stated that he was willing to get on the stand, and UCAD, United Kingdom Anti-Doping Agency, stated that they were going to launch a fresh investigation into this situation with Tyson Fury. And then Tyson Fury denounced his boxing license, and UCAD stated, well, it was out of his jurisdiction because if he solely fights in the United States, then they can't do anything about it. And so Martin Carefoot then came out and stated that he didn't want any more added issues. So he was backing off and says that he was just going to leave well enough alone. Now UCAD stated that, well, there's nothing they could do. They don't have a leg to stand on. And Tyson Fury now is picking up his boxing license once again in the UK. So if you're going to, place blame on somebody and make these allegations, then you're going to have to do it universal. So let's just see how this all plays out. I'm sure Team Canelo Alvarez, and they're not going to be happy about these allegations and so on and so forth. Let's see how this all unfolds and how this plays out. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.